Hello, everyone. Welcome back to an energy insight for July 10th to the 18th. It's the week of the full moon. I'm a bit late in doing this because of energies. It's okay. We're working through it. All of us working through the nigglies of whatever happened, what we couldn't get to the week prior or the 3 weeks prior. You're supported. I'm supported. We're all supported. It's all good. Okay, so I have some notes of what we are potentially going through. How to help notice the shadow moments this week. It's big week. It always is a big week because the energy that is naturally flowing through us to help us grow and expand is helping work through the chakras in shadow to help us naturally notice those shadow moments so that by the end of the week we are fully clear chakra wise as best we can, as much as we can notice, and we feel inspired to be in that manifestation state of awareness and are able to fully step into our dreams and our aspirations with confidence. So, are you ready? Let's go. Okay. Before we get into the energy insight for the week, I'm going to go through kind of how to notice inflow versus shadow moments. Some of it I may skip over. I'm told not to, so I won't be skipping over, apparently. And we're going to go from there, okay? So a full moon day, I want you to just maybe sit with this and see if you remember what it was like on the full moon. So being in flow during a full moon day is noticing opportunities for experiences may naturally occur. So your experiences for your opportunities in life, they were naturally there. It is meeting people or knowing they can help is known definitively. It's like, how did you feel on that day? Did you know definitively that the people that you were meeting over your month or over the last few weeks, did you know definitively that those people that you were meeting for opportunities or within opportunities, that they were meant to be in your life? When you're in flow during that full moon day, you will be able to sit with how vibrationally aligned are you with connecting with others. There will be a knowingness there. Why? Because the full moon energy helps support the energy that is in your center for magnified abundance, which is also known as your earth star. It's about 6 to 12 inches below your feet. It is supported by the law of magnified abundance, the law of magnified vibration, the law of magnified balance, and the law of energetic abundance. And these are global laws for Earth. So your ease of conversation with regards to other people in your life, in your physical life. Is it easy to talk to people about opportunities or understanding those opportunities. Feeling of serendipity in unexpected experiences. Have you ever had that? Can you relate to that? A knowingness of needing to follow a path towards something relating to another, meaning that there is just something there that you know you need to do. You know you need to follow that path in order to actually move into an opportunity. Recognizing puzzle pieces in life coming together, meaning you don't understand necessarily what this puzzle piece is, but when another situation catches your eye, or you hear something, or you meet somebody, all of a sudden this makes sense and it clicks. Intentionally recognizing and choosing to know abundance and unexpected abundance. So there's abundance that you can notice. But do you notice the unexpected abundance? The stuff that doesn't make sense but clicks. Shadow moments. So when there's shadow that's developed in the center of magnified abundance, or creating stuck energy, or keeping it stuck open or stuck closed within your center for magnified abundance, it can create lost opportunities or delay them. Delay the nurturing that you're trying to do for your own abundance. So doubt in how interactions come to be or would be. Your own doubt. A nagging feeling that something is blocking you or keeping you stuck. Others reacting to you unexpectedly. Opportunities may present themselves, but down the road they may not fit. A confirmation of knowingness relating to generational energy or patterns. For this one, it could be, as an example, a poverty mindset. Meaning there is a confirmation that you receive that you're not what you don't deserve. You're not worthy enough of receiving abundance or generating abundance in your life, because we live on the wrong side of the tracks. We're never meant to. We need to work a certain way in order to receive a certain thing. And even then, it's just not meant to be. Look, I can't make it happen. A resistance to receiving abundance from another. Having trouble knowing your worthiness when another person's trying to show you that you are. A determined self-reliance to ensuring connections are enforced to your vision. This one here may be a little sensitive. It means that you've got a vision and it looks one way, and you're not necessarily open to understanding that there may be a magnified abundance that looks different, but is grander, is bigger than you ever thought possible. You're closing yourself off in that situation because you believe it needs to look exactly how you've painted it. But you didn't consider the abstract part that brings the piece together, brings the beauty of your life into more of a focus, more of an understanding, more colorful, more abundant. A lack of trust in others is another situation, or in the energy designed to work within quantum entanglement or serendipitous coincidence. Whatever the situation is, when you look at those being in flow or shadow moments, how do you feel about magnified abundance in how it fits for your life? The beginning of the week, as the energy is working through and trying to create and nurture that abundance that you have already started through manifestations and the divine actions that you take. The beginning of the week is flowing back up in growth moments to help you work through that energy. And you may notice moments where you are being in flow, specifically with your lower chakras. So the center of abundance, center of divine action, your center for healing, which includes your law of abundance, law of divine action, and law of transmutation of energy in reverse, in the same order of the chakras that I gave. Being in flow is having a healthy passion for life, and you feel empowered to move forward. Your freedom is felt as alignment continues, and acknowledging feelings and knowingness of balance. So you know you're balanced, you know you can move forward, and you can step into the next part of what you're nurturing. Intentionally choosing to act upon divine actions aligned with manifestations, healthy boundaries that ignite creative energies. Worthiness is definitive by knowingness from gut instinct. So your gut is telling you that you are worthy and that you know this when you are in flow. Your quality of life is known, and abundance is recognized within that quality of life. You feel grounded in knowing support is prevalent. And you have a healthy sexuality that's balanced, and unconditional love and unconditional light is known within who you are. Your shadow moments, recognizing the shadow, self-sabotaging passion projects, and meaningful relationships. Stuffing feelings, lack of passion for life, scattered or overwhelmed. Feeling like you need to control the outcomes for situations, reacting to uncertainty instead of leaning into gut instinct and divine guidance. Having judgmental reactions, an unhealthy expression of anger, projection. Lack of boundaries, being a bully or a victim, acting like a victim, feeling stuck, unworthy, doubtful, or avoiding, holding breath, insecurity, lack thoughts, not lack of thoughts, lack thoughts, or unhealthy reactions to lack in your life. expectations about repeating mistakes, patterns, lost opportunities. As you move through the week, you are about midweek, you hit our bridge within our chakra line, our chakra system, which is our center for balance and happiness, also known as our heart chakra. It has the law of directional energy, the law of divine timing, law of free will, law of polarity, law of balance, law of forgiveness, law of happiness, and law of inspired action. And when you are in flow within this center for balance and happiness, you are showing yourself and others unconditional love and compassion. You are accepting balancing opportunities no matter what. So if you feel out of balance, you are accepting the guidance to find your foundation, to find your feet, to know that you can move forward, no matter what that looks like. You know your inner peace is valued and will be worthy. You know value within your journey and what is of value to you. You know you are supported by divine, and being willing to forgive for abundant opportunities in growth and expansion. Shadow moments. Limiting beliefs for worthiness, causing self-sabotaging. People-pleasing patterns, abandonment reactions. Easily influenced to compromise values and worth. Trouble letting go and forgiving. Feeling unsupported. You have tired arms or a driven need to constantly do everything except what brings worthiness to life. Your end of week, the energy supporting your growth and expansion will be in the upper chakras, meaning your center of value, your wisdom center, and your manifestation center, which is your law of relativity for laws of the universe, your law of manifestation, and the law of vibration. Being in flow in those moments when you're using those chakra centers, those centers of energy centers, means that you have a strong intuitive direction and knowingness of value opportunities. There's a deep connection with self and allowing new perspectives, knowing you are supported and can breathe easier, inner and outer peace. Imagination and vision for future is prosperous. Actively mapping manifestations in the consciousness. Healthy practice towards integrity and honor. Effective and discerning communicative skills. Non-judgmental, mindful, observant, decisive. Curiosity around worthiness. Connections concerning manifestation intentions. Shadow moments. Lack of trust in your own intuition. Limiting beliefs around value. Closed-mindedness. Harsh beliefs. Limiting perspectives. Overwhelm. Confusion. Frustration. Apathy or disconnection from emotion. depression, sleeplessness, lack of inspiration, resistance to identity shifts, self-sabotaging worth or growth, feeling stuck, doubtful, unproductive, avoidance, reacting to uncertainty, feeling overstimulated, scattered emotions, trouble communicating, oversharing, isolating, highly influenced by others, argumentative, not speaking up, doubting own voice, and talking for others constantly. So there is lots to reflect upon if you're in a full moon, which is why I highly recommend, as you go through the month from new moon onward, that you take a moment or a few through those weeks to look at shadow moments, look at what being in flow is, and intentionally choose to reflect upon what's coming through. What do you celebrate? What's coming through for shadow moments that you can potentially work on? And then as that goes through, over time, you are intentionally working through stuck energy. You are intentionally choosing to allow yourself to naturally heal that shadow. Because you're allowing yourself to move more in flow, to be in flow with natural, higher vibrational energy. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, for the week of the full moon, I talked about during the new moon week, I gave hints, energy for the different weeks of the month. So in the full moon week, it was centered, the messages were centered around our careers, our passions, but also about like our passion for reaching out into our communities and supporting our communities, or doing things within our life that is aligned with making things go easier for us, be easier for us. So that fits for the beginning of the week and through the week of the full moon. What I want you to consider is, and remind you actually, that the goals that you have in life, when you are looking at the opportunities in a magnified abundance kind of way, from a global perspective, that can feel overwhelming for some, but it can also be easy when you think about what would make your life easier. So what routines would allow you to flow into an opportunity with ease? What routines or habits that can you do or have within your home to make things, like make interactions within your relationships in your home be easier, to allow less discord, to show and see more value and worthiness within another person for where they are in that moment or in that day. It is understanding that passions that you have may actually fit for an extension or an opportunity for other people that you know or don't know. So it's allowing yourself to see what habits, what patterns, how can you step into that magnified abundance that you never thought was possible, or you never believed would be possible. It's allowing yourself to sit with that, to see how that fits for you. And then when you think about that, what would you need to stretch into to adjust a routine or a pattern that you have within your life, so then you can move into that easier or allow yourself to stretch into it. The ideas will come through. So it's understanding that there is benefits to what you are reflecting upon. It's understanding that the effort that you take matters. It's understanding that your wishes, your goals, your aspirations, your dreams, how that fits within not only the community you live in, but how does it fit within the extension of that community? How does it fit between a global perspective or within country or beyond your borders? Do you feel like you need to release something or relinquish a connection or a belief in order to let go, to allow yourself to let things naturally happen, to start to trust in the quantum entanglement within a magnified abundance? I'm going to give you an example. For example, say you wanted to buy a new home, but you don't know if you can actually get to that point because of 3 or 4 different things that need to happen and within your control, but there's doubt there and you're not sure how you're going to do it. And then there's the other 7 different things that may need to happen in order for you to actually do some of those 4 different things. And those are out of your control. How do you feel about that? Maybe not so good. Maybe a whole lot of trust that you need to do or you get to do. But then something happens and you don't understand it. And what might actually happen is some child in a different community, maybe overseas from you, may have had a brilliant idea that they wanted to go to school at a specific place because that's what their passion is. And the parents went, I'm on board with that. I want that for my child. And so they start making arrangements to see if they can change jobs in order to move to a different community, a different part of the world. And that shift in itself then impacts another opportunity for someone else. And it broadens and expands. And there's different things that happen and move around and do what they need to do. And all of a sudden, the 7 things that you had no control over drop in numbers. And you start feeling unknowingly that you can actually begin to work or continue to nurture the 4 that you felt you could do. And then eventually something happens where you go, wait a minute, that one of those 4 is not, it's complete. I've got 3 left. And you continue and you continue and continue. Then all of a sudden, the opportunity of getting the house that you were looking for, that may not have been actually built, but all of a sudden you happen to be driving by somewhere in a community that you have dreamed of living in, and you see the house that you have been envisioning, but it's a little bit different. You take the time to go in, and it's more beautiful than you ever thought. You take the time to talk to the salesperson and realize that it's a lot cheaper than you ever thought, that you can actually afford it because you've done the work, and it's closer. So things are starting to click in your life, and the opportunities are there for you. That's an example of magnified abundance that you don't expect, but you learn how to trust in the quantum entanglement or serendipitous coincidence, in the energies that are working for you. Peacefulness is there when you are following the wisdom, seeking understanding. You will find peace within that path. Trust in the resourcefulness that you have within you and within the light that is shown for you. Trust in the initiatives that you will be guided to walk into, step into, and do. And trust that your natural traits, your natural characteristics, your gifts, your tools that you use within your life are there, helping you nurture that abundance, understanding that you're worthy of having a magnified abundance, and you will be supported. Take care, everyone. Much love.